Hello, ladies. I'd like to introduce our speaker to you. Today we have the pleasure of having Robert Carlson from Grow Space. It is an innovative way of farming, vertical farming with hydroponics as one of the ways that he does that. And so Robert, please come up and tell us all about your wonderful business. Thank you.
Hi everyone. I got some produce here that I'm just gonna have be passed around. So we grow primarily leafy greens. So this is our butter crunch, and we also grow these little guys called microgreens. Feel free to open these up to look at them. These are already a little old, so they're not, not gonna be eaten. Don't worry about it. So you, got more than I thought you did here. And I've also got a couple of flyers. So
Here's how we did it.
let me see if I can break that.
Oh my gosh.
May I help you pass things out so you can be right in front of the camera and you can have that for whatever reason you would like it.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we grow completely indoors, which is very surprising to a lot of people who are familiar with growing, right? So growing indoors, we grow in these big towers, essentially. They're 9-10 feet tall towers, and around them is just a bunch of plants. And what we're able to grow differently with these plants is that we can actually increase the nutrient level, and we can also do a completely chemical-free. So there's no chemical pesticides, there's no yucky fertilizers that are have been proven to be bad for us. So you can really have a much healthier experience eating our produce compared to someone else. We also grow, getting passed around in the smaller container. Those are microgreens. So the way that microgreens work is that they are essentially just a plant that has been harvested at a very young age. So those only took about 10 days or so to grow. So only in 10 days we're able to get a ready-to-eat little product, and what they're completely loaded with nutrients. So one of the flyers being passed around is just that nutrient sheet. That's all the nutrients that are inside of our microgreens.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the different varieties are good for different things. They've been actually shown to increase longevity. They've been also shown to reduce the chance of getting cancer, heart issues. A lot of really big diseases are actually just because we don't have the right nutrients in our body, and they've been shown with stuff like these microgreens that they can actually really improve your actual health. So growing indoors like we do is we really think it's the future, because it's just such an easier way to grow, and it's way easier for a customer as well. So one of our big talking points is that there's no real shipping time besides just in town. And there's also no waiting in the grocery store. So our customers, they either can just show up or we're delivered to their house. But this is something restaurants particularly really like, and that is that they last a really long time. We've had before our microgreens last up to 4 weeks. We've had heads of lettuce last as long as 6 weeks.
Oh.
So we're able to do that because they aren't being shipped from the other side of the country. So a lot of the lettuce you get at the store, the lettuce that's in the salad bowls, wherever, is a lot of times coming from California. It's shipped all the way over here. It waits in the grocery store or for a restaurant at a distribution center, right? And then when it's finally gotten to the customer ready to be eaten, it's already a week or two old. And you use a lot of nutrients that way as well. So if you see I don't know where it ended up, but in the larger container with the head of lettuce, you can actually see the roots are still attached to it. So we actually leave the roots on, so the plant is still alive while you're picking leaves off it, and that even increases longevity further, and that's how we're able to make these things last so long. Yeah.
How do we get your products?
Great, glad you asked that. So we just have a storefront on Roosevelt Road. So you can literally just show up, the hours are on that sheet, and you can just buy produce. But you can also, this is something that we really push, is the subscription. So you can get a subscription online, or we can help you set it up in person. And what that does is we can guarantee you have your produce each and every single week, so that you always have the freshest produce possible. But we'll either deliver, or you can come pick up from us.
So how many clients do you have who order every week?
We have 70 people who order every week.
Wow.
Yeah. We're also in a couple of restaurants. So we're at the Cutstone, we're at Apis, we're at Frank's Diner, We're also at Southport Smoothies, a newer place that we're at. So we sell to restaurants, and they absolutely love ours too, even though they pay like a slight premium from what they get like wholesale. They love it because it lasts so long, so they don't have to throw away anything. They actually use what they're buying.
Where is your facility at when you grow?
Yeah,
It's on
a-
Roosevelt Road.
Oh, it is right there?
Yes.
It's the old Scandinavian design building.
Oh.
Would
Yeah.
you like to share with them how you got the idea?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So like during COVID, I was like, I was bored, right? We're all bored. So I was looking into fish tanks, right? Because that's something I've always been kind of interested in. So we got a bunch of fish tanks, got like 20 fish tanks or so. So it's kind of an insane amount of fish tanks. We had, we had reef tanks, we had, Amazon River style fish tanks. And with that, we learned a lot about how to actually control the nutrients inside of these tanks. So fish can't have too much ammonia, or plants, if you have them in an aquarium, need a lot of nitrate. So we had a lot of experience already messing with nutrients. So when we eventually moved and looking into like how do we make ourselves healthier, and how do we like grow our own food, we kind of got to the conclusion that we can grow in our own house, which is for us was kind of crazy because you could just set up a tent. They're normally used for like marijuana and stuff, but they literally, like when we bought them, they literally say on them, not for illegal use, like produce only on them. But we used these big old tents we had downstairs, and we just filled them with produce. We had tomatoes in there, cucumbers, whatever, and we were able to grow completely indoors. So we thought, how can we share this with the world? And that's kind of how we got to where we're at now, and now we're growing for people.
Now, you don't have any soil, is that correct?
No, yeah, so it's completely hydroponic. So what that means is there's no soil in the building at all, and all the nutrients for the plants come directly from the water. So that allows us to actually get higher nutrients into the plants, because like our soils, we've been farming our soils for so long that they've become degraded, right? We lost a lot of the nutrients from, over farming or whatever. So putting them here, we can get more nutrients into the plants, both in the lettuce and in the microgreens.
Robert, one of the things I love is that I watch your little reels on Facebook. I would encourage ladies to go ahead and like him on Facebook, and it's a great wealth of information. You do a great job of explaining things.
Thank
Because
you.
when you think of growing vegetables, you think of, all right, so he has a hothouse, he has a greenhouse, no. But you walk in, it's literally vertical. There are these towers, and it has these spaces that he puts the seedlings in, or he grows it. Now they come out growing out of these huge towers that are fed by this nutrient water, and then you harvest them, and then you grow them again.
Yes.
So it's a wonderful concept, and it's really innovative.
So it is hard for me to really explain what's actually going on in there. So yeah, if you do check out like our Facebook and whatever, you'll actually be able to see what is going on in there, and it's absolutely crazy. You can also just show up anytime. Our hours are on the sheets, but I'm there pretty much every day. Just we're not open. So if you show up, I'll give you a tour. Just show you what it's all about.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you add like anything to the water for the
Yeah, nutrients.
Yes. So what we do is we can just take water directly from the grid. We just bring it in. We have to add in all the nutrients the plants need. So some of the stuff that the plants will actually use a little bit of in the water, but we have to get it up to the total level. So we add in nitrogen, we add in magnesium, we add in phosphate, we add in a little bit of sulfur, a little bit of magnesium, a little bit of zinc. It's a total of, I think, 12 different nutrients that we have in there. And that's to get that perfect crop. So like something like in arugula, we would use a little bit more sulfur. So it's a lot of stuff like that where it's like just trying to make it all perfect.
How many people work there?
It's 12, like around 12 people, because it's a family business. So it's me, my dad, my grandma are all involved. But then we've also got a couple staff that we have on board too.
Pay.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Family works for free, so.
Well, you get to eat.
Yes, I do get to eat.
Yeah.
And he just graduated from high school.
I did. Yeah.
What a young entrepreneur.
Are you going
Is
to
he?
college?
Originally I was going to, but it doesn't really make sense for me right now. Maybe I will one day. I don't really know. Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I see you have pickup times. Do you have to order ahead
No. But
Just go into the store?
you can just go to the store, but we have really high demand right now. So pretty much every head of lettuce we grow is going to a customer. So like the only way to like guarantee you get the exact produce you want would be order online. But you can just show up. We've normally got butter crunch, Reddo, got microgreens all the time.
You take credit cards as well?
Yes, cash, credit cards.
There was another company doing hydroponic. Are they
Yes.
still here?
No.
Out in the county, right?
Wasn't that like,
They were out of the county.
3 or 4 years ago?
Out on the north side of the airport.
It was down by Gordon, near Gordon Foods or something.
Exactly.
The Gordon Foods warehouse.
Yeah. I don't know, they had, yeah, it was a some big concern. And
And then out
it
in
went
Bristol,
under.
there was hydroponics, but it wasn't vegetables, it was fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
hold their own kind of,
Oh.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Robert?
Yeah.
One more.
So I noticed on the microgreens that you snip them,
Yes.
so you don't sell like, you know, like when you used to be able to buy alfalfa sprouts in the grocery, it would come in the pack and you get all the roots also.
Yeah.
Do you snip all your microgreens and why? And do they just keep growing after you snip them?
So we snip them really just so they fit in the containers. There's not that much really benefit to the actual roots of the microgreens, like from a health standpoint, compared to the, you know, the leafy greens or whatever, where they last longer. The microgreens have a much shorter lifespan than the
Right.
leafy greens, so it doesn't really do that much for us. So that's really the only reason. But it's very easy to grow your own microgreens as well. So if you want to grow in your own house, you can grow those because you really just need. Like we've done before, it's just a paper towel. You just take any seeds, put it on a paper towel, stick it on the windowsill, and you're growing microgreens.
Wow. Excellent. Thank you so much, Robert. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.